Everyone has their own reaction to negative events in their life. Some people are more sensitive than others, and they will act more intensely. Although it's normal to be upset at a negative event, it leads you to have emotions that are mentally draining, and it distracts you from what you should be focusing on. This video will go over 5 things you can do to be less sensitive so you can live the life you want. 1. Respond with silence or ignore them. This method's effective for being less sensitive towards minor insults and slights. You don't need to respond to every insult or action against you. When you feel insulted and start responding back, you might notice the intensity of your emotions only goes up. Responding and losing your cool can also make you look bad. Responding might even be a waste of your time if you're dealing with some troll on the internet. When you feel your emotions rising after some insult or slight, remind yourself that you don't need to respond to everything, and not everyone deserves your time. Calm yourself, forget that situation ever happened, and move on with your day. If you find yourself replaying that situation in your head later on in the day, the later tips in this video can help with that. 2. Develop an anti-fragile mindset. This method's effective for every negative event that happens to you. Something anti-fragile gets stronger the more it gets damaged or placed under pressure, while something fragile is something that breaks under pressure and can't heal from the damage. The human mind and body is something that's anti-fragile by nature. Humans need physical and mental challenges and stressors, otherwise we will deteriorate. For example, your muscles will get weaker and your joints will lose their range of motion if you rest too much. The most sensitive people have a fragile mindset, where they believe that failures, insults, and painful experiences are harmful to them. These people will do things that prevent them from success, because they are so hung up on avoiding what is painful. On the other hand, someone anti-fragile will grow from their mistakes and grow as a person from the challenges they went through. Every successful person is anti-fragile, since they faced their challenges head-on and came out on top. In order to develop a more anti-fragile mindset, remind yourself of all the times you bounced back from failure or grew as a result of a challenge whenever you want to avoid a painful experience. 3. Direct your focus elsewhere. When something negative happens to you, you might constantly replay the situation over and over again in your head. This can really drain your energy and time. Something that can help is to direct your focus elsewhere so you're occupied with something else. The human mind can only focus on one thing at once. This is why it's hard to multitask on things you're not super comfortable with. If you're struggling with replaying something over again in your head, you can either direct your focus to your work or something relaxing like gaming or watching videos. Your mind will be focused on the task at hand instead of what happened in the past. This will break your thought cycle, and you might even be able to forget about that thought. 4. Unlearn your old response patterns and teach yourself new ways to respond. Your brain operates like code, where it will repeat the same actions unless told otherwise. A typical response pattern for someone who is very sensitive looks something like, if I feel threatened, then I overreact or withdraw. Spend some time to record how you reacted to certain situations. Understand what emotion you were feeling at that moment and your response to that emotion. Remember, it's normal to be upset at a negative event, but it's not okay to lash out and overreact. Once you figure out your response patterns, you should replace them with a new way of responding. The response I recommend is to question your emotions once you start feeling upset over a negative event. Ask yourself if you should just wait for the feeling to pass, or what is the best course of action you can take in response to that emotion. Something that can also help is going to cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. You can book a session with a therapist or go through the process yourself. There are many resources out there that can teach you about CBT. 5. Get a good night's sleep and fix your sleep schedule. When you're sleep deprived, you are more emotional and sensitive to stressful events. Studies have shown that sleep loss intensifies negative emotions while diminishing positive ones. Also, when you're sleep deprived, you feel tired and your decision-making abilities are not at their best, which can lead you to being more sensitive and overreacting. Sleeping well can also improve your mood, which will make you feel less offended or anxious towards negative stimuli. So, how much sleep do you need? If you're getting less than 7 or 8 hours of sleep, you're considered sleep deprived. You might not think you're feeling sleep deprived, but try sleeping longer and you will feel the difference. If you aren't getting enough sleep, fix your sleep schedule so you can get the recommended 7 to 9 hours of sleep. If you want to learn more about the benefits of sleep, I suggest reading the book Why We Sleep. Those were 5 great ways to be less sensitive. Most of them can be applied to most situations, while some of them are more specific. Be sure to incorporate the right method for the situation. If you can only incorporate one thing, I suggest you work on method 5, which is fixing your sleep schedule. Sleeping better will improve many areas of your life, besides making you less sensitive. Which method was your favorite? Leave a comment below, and check out the video shown on the end screen on how to stop being a pushover so people don't treat you poorly.